So, hello everybody, the monkey here. Yeah, I'm back, it's me, the adorable, lovable, furry little monkey that's so beautiful. So, you see all this stuff around me? It was made by a very attractive person. Yep. And if you want to make any of this stuff, just watch the video to find out how. He made all this stuff with Sintra board and a lot of craft things. That's why this channel's got the name Crafts in it. So you see crafts from time to time. And if you want to do some of these crafts, they're not hard to do. They're actually very easy. And you don't need a lot of stuff to make them. So if you're interested in what you see, stick around to find out how they're made and make some yourself. And by the way, this is the Klaus Restoration Crafts and Reviews channel. Don't forget that. And now here's the joke. What is the difference between your first honeymoon and your second honeymoon? The first honeymoon is Niagara. The second honeymoon is Viagra. Woo! Good jokes on here. Good jokes. Stay tuned, people, and find out how to make you some really nice decorations or props or whatever you want to make. And I'll see you on the next video. So long, goodbye, and see you later. Okay, today I'm going to show you how I make these trees out of Sintra board. These trees here are 3mm thick. I got a discount on 5mm. Thicker is better. You don't want to go much higher than 5mm on the Sintra board. It'll be harder to cut. Glue it onto the bottle. Make a foam. Use the foam clay to make trees with the bottle of Sintra. Glue it off with super glue. The clay that I'm using is a air dry clay. It's an air dry clay, easy to work with, and when it dries pretty fast. It don't take that long to dry. It's probably about an hour or less. You can start touching it again. I'm making as an example. I'm making a piranha plant right now. This is dry since last night. You can see it's spongy. And when you press it and let it go, it takes back the dry shape. So it's spongy. I'm making a piranha plant from Mario Brothers out of this piranha plant, and you can see that the clay works pretty good. I also have oven baked clay. I'm not going to use oven baked clay for things like this. I like that sponginess. See that rock there, it's spongy. It takes the shape back and you press it. It's pretty good clay, and it's a lot cheaper than the oven baked. If you're making something like big, you don't want to. I don't know if I trust this on something like you want to keep forever. Use the oven baked clay. And anyway, to make those trees, you need a printer to print your picture. And I got this picture off of, I just went to Google and typed in banana tree clip art. And you get all kinds of pictures, get any tree you want. Because I want a cartoon with the trees. And once you get your tree, you cut out around it. You don't have to cut all the way up to the black line. You're going to cut it out when you glue it to the Sintra board. But when you glue it to the Sintra board, you don't want a lot of paper still sticking out either. And when you glue it, you don't want to use a wet type of glue or a type of glue that will come off easy. You want to use a spray adhesive. I'm just now trying this. This is it's not a new product, but it's a new product for me. I'm just now trying it, the Elmer's spray glue. So what I usually use is the 3M or the 90 spray adhesive like that, because this stuff is really strong. And a can of this will last longer than you think. This is heavy duty, it's 20. Sometimes I'll buy a different brand. They're out of stock, the 90. But on this one, I'm going to try this because this is new. And also, when you get this on the Sintra board and after you get it cut out, not before, after, you want to take a clear acrylic and spray it on. Don't get close up on it. Get kind of far back and spray it. Don't saturate it. Spray it. Then when that dries in about 2 minutes, spray it again. So and don't spray the spray adhesive in the house. Again, I will tell you, do not spray the spray adhesive in the house, because it's going to have overspray no matter what you do. Take it outside, take it somewhere where you won't get the floor sticky with it, or a facsimile thereof. It's got a bottle in it. This one don't. This one here is it's fast tack and dries clear, dries permanent, but also allows repositioning. So you got 2 or 3 seconds, and that's it, to move it around. This one, once you put it, no second chance. So let's go outside. And now that we're outside, I'm going to spray a little of this on. You don't need to saturate it. Spray it on. See that overspray, you're always going to get it. Make sure you get the tips of it good. And now that the spray adhesive is on, you put it on your Sintra board. And some people can say, well, you can put that on cardboard. Well, you can put it on cardboard, but I want the Sintra board is the best route to go. Put it on here. Again, I have to say I'm disappointed in the glue. Both of those are 2 new ones. They always come out in a mist. Both of those are coming out like silly string. Anyway, it's a little bit like this. When it dries, it comes back to normal color. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a blade. I'm going to cut it. You can actually go around it like this, score it a couple of times to get it. Score it a couple of times to get through this thicker board. Thicker board's good, but you have to work with it a little bit more to get it done, get through it. And, what I'm doing is I'm just going to remove this bigger piece. So cutting the tree out is easier to work with. But once you get the tree, once you start on the tree, you just trace around it with your blade. Get off a little bit like that sometimes, the way it is. The reason you want to use Sintra board is because it's relatively easy to cut. Now, if it looks like this is harder to cut, it's because it's 5mm. The 3mm is easier to cut. I went opted for the thicker one, but the thinner one's really good. I may go back to the thinner one, because it's got a wider base. But when you glue that on, it still stands up good. So once that part's done, you want to just find a starting point like here. Just trace around the tree like this. You can go off to the side, it's easier. Trace around the tree a couple times until you get through the board. It won't take that long. You don't need to put the mojo on it. Just let the blade do the work. And once you're through, see it's through already. Then you can go up. You get these little sides here after the fact. You don't go up here, in, out, up like that. You just take it this way, and then you find out where you need to go this way. Right here. Try to get in here. You can file this with a fingernail file too. The Sintra board is good to use because it's hard. You can also get a soft type of Sintra board. So I get the Sintra board hard. And it's durable. It's actually made for commercial use, for outdoor signs to be printed on, so you know it's going to last, you know it's going to be good. It's a piece now. You know it's going to be good to use because it's made for industrial use. And see some of that glue got on here. It's disappointing. And it lasts a long time. And if you actually hold a heat gun to it, you can actually bend it in different shapes. Then when it cools down, it'll hold that shape. It won't bend back out. Heating this up, you can actually heat this up and bend it in certain shapes. And then when it cools down, it holds that shape. Because this is a type of PVC board. And like this here, so you cut up by it. You don't cut up in here. You do that. Do that after the fact. See, like right now, you go in here and cut this little period shapes out for the triangular shapes out for this leaf is at. Just keep cutting it one side and another. It pops right out. I like the thicker Sintra board, but it is harder to cut. So always keep that in mind. But always keep a good sharp blade and a cutting mat to cut it on. It'll be fine. Things don't take that long. Just cut it, pops right out. And you don't need to put a lot of pressure on your blade when you're severing your finger bone from your hand. Let your blade cut. This stuff's not hard to cut at all. Take your circular motions around. That's what's good about using a craft blade. It's flexible to a certain degree. And if the sharp point gets dull, you can take a pair of pliers and get up on the point and break it, and it'll just be sharp again. You can use these blades a little bit longer. Old carpenter's trick. Break the end of a blade and make it sharp again. So I'm gonna go ahead and I know you don't want to watch me cut the whole thing out. So that's how you do it. That's how you cut the end parts here. That's how you make a tree. But once I get it cut out, I'll come back and do a video of me cutting the base and putting it on the base. I'll show you how to put the clay on it. And also I'll just go ahead and spray the glue coat on it. Show you a little bit of that too. But I'll see you in a few minutes. Probably about 10 minutes for me, but a couple of seconds for you. I'll be right back and see the rest of the process. So now I cut the base. I didn't cut it in a straight, perfect line. I left it kind of funky because I kind of do all the bases, but not too funky. And then what you do next is get some glue. I'm using X2000. It's really good. You can also use any kind of super glue. X2000 is good. 502 is also good. You can't find these 502 is popular. put the tree where you want, but I'm putting my tree in the middle. On the base, and then you want to take a fingernail file. You can do this before you put it on the base or after, it don't matter. And file around it. It's already cut pretty good, so I don't need a lot of filing. Just want to get rid of those funky edges. There's any little piece of the Sintra board that's sticking out a little, shouldn't be there. All that stuff. Just give it a good once over. I've got to go file on this thing. Not fingernail file, like a metal file. Small, so that's good enough. Dust off of it. And if you want to, it's your option now. You go ahead and spritz a little of this on. And same thing, you want to go outside. I'll just spritz a little on right now in the house. I don't know if that's a big mistake or not. Spritzing this on in the house. But let's go ahead and do it. Pay the piper. If something goes wrong with it, a choke on it. The next step is adding some grass with this, what's the name of this clay? Polyometric or something like that.
Air dry thing.
It's air dry, it's a type of air dry clay, but it's not the kind that make pottery with foam kind. And you can stretch this stuff. You don't have to build this up real high and use a ton of clay. You can smooth it out like that. It don't matter if there's little humps or hills or anything, because you actually want it to have humps and hills and stuff. It's the ground. This is the ground that it's on. Take some brown, put on here a little bit. Take some gray, make a couple rocks if you want. After this part's done with the clay, it's finished. Hired helper like this one, it's she comes pretty cheap. I pay her with ice cream and candy and plenty of Coke and chips. Accidentally stumbled upon this clay and found out it's pretty good. But when it said air dry clay, it didn't say that it dried into a hard foam. I thought it was going to dry like really hard, like a rock. And after it started drying and I was feeling of it, I was kind of worried about it. But after it cured, I found out it was really fast. Found out how it was, what it did and how it works. I like it.
And you over the window, Mommy.
And it's also really cheap. all of that base soft, take out all that base. Spread it out to go a long way. Here's a little bit of dirt in here, a little bit.
Turn it around.
Huh?
Turn it around. You can see that.
Here's a little bit of dirt around here.
Look at my girl.
Little dirt. Now we're going to make a few rocks. I'm making the rocks for you.
Turn around ba?
They're rocks in the beginning. Rocks in the beginning shape. Rock. Don't overdo it. I want it to look like a rock quarry. Place it bust rock. Got some rocks. Slap it on there. My rocks are done already. If you want to, when this cures, you can actually spray a little bit of clear coat on these to make it a little bit shiny. But I always opt to not do that. So I always like the way it looks already. Dries. And so. Finished product, other than the clay curing, will take about 35-40 minutes to touch. Then about 24 hours, it's going to be bouncing like a ball. But this is another tree made out of a thicker, harder to cut Sintra board. It's still easy at the same time. If you've got any clay hangover, you can wipe it off, or you can take it down the side like I did this one. But I'm not taking it down the side. And don't want to take it down the side because anyway, here's the third and final tree for the prop, but not the final tree that I'll ever be making, but the final tree for the prop. So now the monkey has a coconut tree and 2 banana trees. That's plenty enough for it. So if you like what you see and you want to make this stuff, Piranha plant for Mario coming up. And you like this stuff? Huh?
Pick it up. Hands
Raise
up.
it up.
Piranha plant for Mario coming up. Made out of the same clay.
Pick it up.
So if you like what you see and you want to make stuff like this, you don't only have to make things like this. I've got a Little Caesar thing made with things like this. I made out of the this one out of the 3mm Sintra board. I got the black Sintra board on this one, but I didn't have enough of it, so I glued a piece of white piece on. And I don't remember. I got some black Sintra board, but I don't remember ordering it. But I may, because it's big, I may go back to the 3mm after this. I got this at discount, but discount or not, I think I'll go back to the 3mm. And so you can make all kinds of things out of this. I made a Curious George out of this. You can even make what is it? Furniture. You can make furniture for a dollhouse, which I've made before. You can even make a dollhouse out of this stuff. You can make it out of. I made a store out in a small playhouse for a doll out of the 3mm. I made a large, kind of big store out of the 3mm also. And there's a lot you can do with Sintra board. Like I said, heat it up, bend it. So if this interests you, you want to try something like this, the name again of that is Sintra board, S-I-N-T-R-A B-O-A-R-D, Sintra board. Get the hard type, not the soft type, the hard type Sintra board. It's spray adhesive. You can use Elmer's school glue, but spray adhesive is the way you want to go. But I know a lot of people don't want to buy spray adhesive. This stuff costs about 600, 700 pesos a can, but it lasts a long time. It lasts longer than you think. And clear coat is also optional, but the clear coat will protect the picture that you printed. So if it gets water on it or anything, it won't. The water won't destroy the picture, the ink on the picture. And it will also help seal the corners onto the Sintra board. So, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, share, and see you next time on the Klaus Restoration, Crafts, and Reviews. See, I say that right. I'm not the money. See you guys later.